Hi everybody, I am Andreea and in today's video I'm going to take you step by step through my foundation routine. I know a lot of you are asking me how can I make my foundation last, because during the day it starts to melt, I get shiny, I get oily. I get you. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step what I do to have my foundation last all day long. I have to admit this is not something I do every day on a daily basis, but if I know that after work I have to go someplace, to an event, or I don't know, I want my foundation to last. So what I'm gonna show you are exactly the steps I'm taking. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you wanna see what is my foundation routine, then please keep on watching. You know, I always start with a primer. And today I'm going to use Evermatte Poreless Primer from BECCA. And I gotta tell you, I've been using it in the last 2 days and I love it. It is that kind of primer that fills the pores and mattifies the skin. Small amount. And instead of rubbing it in, I'm gonna tap it. Don't forget that primer and moisturizer is not the same thing. So first you have to moisturize your skin with whatever works for you, and then use the primer that fits your skin best. Like if you have large pores, use a primer for that. This would be amazing for combination skin. So I'm just tapping the primer in, mostly in the center of my face and wherever I've got like really large pores. And for me, it's just around my nose area, nose and chin. After you use the primer, let it sit for a few minutes before you put on your foundation. And today I'm using Luminous Silk foundation from Giorgio Armani. It is so important to use the foundation that is good for your skin. This foundation in particular, I find it pretty good for every skin type. Maybe I wouldn't use it if I would be very oily. So if you have combination skin, it works perfectly, but if you're really oily, then maybe I would go for this one, the Power Fabric. This one has a little bit more coverage and it's not as hydrating as the Luminous Silk foundation. This is perfect for like if you're getting married, if you're having a prom, basically where you're going to take a lot of pictures. It is a foundation that photographs beautifully. So I'm using a Morphe G36 brush and I'm buffing the foundation in. If you would like more coverage, then you should use the beauty blender. But for a daily use, I definitely recommend the brush. And even though this G36 Morphe brush, it is sold as a powder brush, I think it works amazing with foundation. When applying your foundation, make sure you blend it all the way down your neck. You don't want to have that line in here that shows that you are wearing a foundation. So if you would like more coverage, go ahead and put on a second layer. I'm gonna do so just on the center of my face. To be honest, I wouldn't have done so if I didn't have more foundation on my hand in here. So I don't want to waste it. Let's put it on. Beautiful skin, it is really the key for every single makeup. If you can master the complexion, then you're done. You could just use mascara, a little bit of product on your eyebrows, some balm on your lips, and you're done for the day. And it helps a lot if you take good care of your skin. I'm gonna use Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Light Medium. I'm applying this a little bit lower than my dark circles and basically wherever I would like to highlight the skin, and that is the center of my face. This Shape Tape Concealer, it is a pretty high coverage one. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna pretend it's early in the morning and I have to go to work, and honestly I don't switch brushes when I do my makeup in the morning. I just use the same one. The only reason why you would use a smaller brush for this step, it is because in here, you know, it's harder to get into these places with this size of a brush. I'm just doing tapping motions. Make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, next step is powder. You have to set your makeup. If you are not using powder, it's no wonder your foundation doesn't last. I'm going to use Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. If I'm doing a daytime makeup, I'm not going to use necessarily the beauty blender. Honestly, it just depends on my mood. But mostly I would like to use brushes. So first, I need to set my under eyes, making sure there is no product that creased there. Taking a A16 brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills and a little bit of powder. I'm just going to apply the powder. I don't know if you see. The most of the product, most of the powder, I applied on the sides of my nose and then under my eyes. I let the powder sit in there for a little bit. I'm going to do a little bake, like a baby bake. Do the same thing on the other eye. Then I set around my mouth area. Same brush. I like a smaller brush for control. Between my eyebrows. Then I'm taking a Japanese. I think this is a Japanese brush. And I'm just going to dust that powder away. Then with a bigger brush, the Smack 135, I'll take a little bit of powder, taking off the excess, and I'm just gonna tap on the rest of my face. Now it's time to give a little dimension to the skin. As you can see, it looks very dull. So I'm going to add contour and bronzer. When it comes to contour, I really like the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. And yeah, you can see how much I like it. I think it is a perfect color for contour. I'm going to use this Hakuhodo brush, J5521. I don't know, babe. Ca să facă totul mai complicat. Știi? J5521. Over. Okay, so this is not rocket science. The contour has to have sort of like a grayish color, depending, of course, on the color of your skin. But mostly, most contours need to have a little bit of gray undertone, okay? You start, if you touch your face, you're gonna feel the bone, your cheekbone, right? Under the cheekbone, you have a hole. With some people, it is more obvious. Some people like me with a completely round face, it's not obvious at all, so I have to mimic that hole, okay? For me, it starts right here, and it goes like this, okay? Basically, what I want to do, I want to start from the line of my hair, and I'm going to end around here, the corner of my eye. Diffuse the color, blend it. Boom, now I have cheekbones. Matanesco, you don't agree with me? This contour line, you don't want to make it too thick, else it's not going to look real. It's not going to look like a shadow. So as you see, I focus most of the color right here. And then, if you have a big forehead, you could go ahead and use a little bit of contour around the hairline. I don't have a big forehead, but I like to use the smallest amount just to make everything look nice and blended and natural. Next, I'm gonna use bronzer, and I love this one from Marc Jacobs. This is fantastic Omega Bronze. You can find it with the black packaging. I kind of love this one in white. And I'm using a Japanese, I think it's a Japanese brush. And the bronzer, I'm placing it on top of the contour just to warm up the skin. If you want, you could use a little bit of bronzing powder on the neck it would make look everything very natural. I actually love to do that, especially now in summer when I am dressed with something that has a little bit of décolleté. Depending on what am I going to use on my lips that day, I choose my blusher. And today I plan to do something like pinkish, rosy, mauvey kind of thing. So I'm gonna use this Ofra blush in a color named Charm. I'm applying this with a B110 brush from Hakuhodo, taking a little bit of product, dusted it on my hand. I always do that. I have a round face and I'm supposed to apply my blusher like this, but no, I apply it in the middle. I apply it on the apples of my cheeks because I think this is very youthful, and it doesn't bother me the fact that I have a round face. It's just the way I am and I'm comfortable with that. So I'm just gonna apply it right here, like a little bit more. Don't forget, the last thing you put on your face, it is the first thing that will come off. So being completely honest with you, I put on quite a lot of blusher in the morning. I lightly swipe this on the bridge of my nose. Again, this is like a youthful sort of a thing. And during the day, I'm not using anything as no eyeshadow, no eye makeup at all. I just take my blush brush and I swipe it over my eyelids like so. You see how it instantly gives me like a fresh look? I'm gonna do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. So I'm back, did my eyebrows. I've used the Brow Pro palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the color that I'm using pretty much all the time, it is this one in here, medium brown. Next, I'm going to apply this new Dior Show Plump and Volume mascara. Let's see what this does. I'm not a huge fan for this kind of brushes. First layer, not bad. So you're supposed to like press it in here to get more product. This is how it looks like with the second layer. I sometimes like to put on mascara on my lower lashes. I don't feel like doing that today. Okay, next I'm going to use this Bobbi Brown lip liner in the color Ballad Pink. I like to overline my lips, and that doesn't happen just like for a special event or no. I do it all the time. You know I'm blind like a bat, right? So I need my glasses. I like to apply the lip liner all over my lip. The lipstick lasts so much better this way. For everyday use, I have two lipsticks that I love, and both of them are from Lancome. Okay, so this is 343, looks like this. I love this color. It's beautiful. And the other one, it is a little bit lighter. It's 239 Au Naturel. I'm gonna go with 343 today, straight from the bullet. I am in love with Lancome lipsticks. Actually, I've got a lot of formulas now that I like. There are so many good lipsticks on the market. Although I love a matte lipstick, there is something about the classic. It's just so comfortable. Last but not least, actually it's not gonna be the last thing, but on a daily basis, I actually use this Bobbi Brown highlighter, the Shimmer Brick in the color beige. Looks like this. It has the golden tones and it's not in your face. I'm using a Zoeva 129 Luxe Fan brush, and I'm just, mixing all the colors together. It has like a beautiful golden beigey tone. Make sure you don't apply your highlighter around this area because your pores are gonna look even bigger. A little bit on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, sides of my forehead. I always like to set my makeup, and lately I'm using this Marc Jacobs Perfecting Coconut Setting Mist. I wouldn't use this if I had a very oily skin. If you have an oily skin and if you want your makeup to last forever, use the all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. So again, press all the way down, okay? Else it's gonna spit you like. Okay guys, so this was it. This was my foundation routine. I have to admit, I don't use this technique and I don't use as many products every single day. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and all I want to put on is just a mascara and some concealer. But most of the days, this is what I would do. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. And comment down below, what is your foundation routine? Share your secrets with us. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat and Facebook. And as usual, the list of all the single products that I've been using are in the description down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.